Hi, this is Lisa Marie Nicole, and this is Rockin for God. Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. Let's rock. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the award-winning Rockin for God podcast. I am your host, Christian recording artist Lisa Marie Nicole. Today is July 19th and the 16th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Let me tell you about my guest today before I get to the gospel. Dave Murphy is an author, a veteran mental health advocate, and a podcast host. And he wrote a beautiful song that you will hear during the show. And you can learn about his life and his faith. Today's gospel is from Matthew 13:24-43, another long one. I will get to the parable. The disciples approached Jesus and asked him to explain the parable of the weeds in the field. He said, "He who sows good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed, the children of the kingdom. The weeds are the children of the evil one. And the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. Just as weeds are collected and burned up with fire, so will it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will collect out of his kingdom all who cause others to sin, and all evildoers. They will throw him into a fiery furnace where they will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of the Father." The final separation of good and evil, accordingly, God's forbiddance towards sin and evil in the world, will last only until his last judgment. In the meantime, saints and sinners will continue side by side in the church. Those resurrected to eternal life will share Jesus's glory. If that doesn't want to make you a follower of Jesus, I don't know what will. Please go and read the whole full gospel of Matthew 13:24-43 so you can get the full understanding of this parable. Stick around at the end of today's show to hear me sing my song, House of the Lord, live, and the O'Hare dogs that are still available. We will be right back in 1 second.
There's a light at the end of... I know you're there, God. Sometimes I feel alone, even when I'm not. All the troubles in the world, I forget all I've got. I know.
Hello, everyone. If you're joining me for the first time, I want to welcome everyone out there that is watching this everywhere on Facebook, YouTube, Podbean, and now on FIO FM Catholic streaming site. I am so blessed that this show is airing and the audio is going to be listened to in so many different places around the world. It's such a blessing. So I just want to thank everybody for voting for me for the Spin Awards. The Gospel Spin Awards is still open until the 24th for a Rockin' for God podcast and me for a podcaster of the year. So I'd appreciate it if you would go to thespinawards.com/vote and vote for me for Rockin' for God podcast and Lisa Marie Nicole for podcaster of the year. I'm also nominated for voice of the year also, but that's a big category. But podcast of the year would be great. I mean, this show, I've been blessed with this show and with so many awards, and it's just such a blessing to be able to bring the gospel to you and to have people on that are sharing their faith in God and the gospel. So this is just a blessing. I also want to say real quick that this show is booked up until January 2027. What a blessing that is. I have 1 week open. I have October 18th. If you're out there watching this show and you want to be a guest, October 18th is for you. So send me an email at rockinforgodpodcast.lisamnicole, and I can get you on this show, and you can do exactly what all the other guests are doing. Tell your testimony, promote your business, and just talk about your life. So thank you so much again, all of you, for your support. I really appreciate it. And Rockin' for God podcast is looking for sponsors. Right now, this is sponsored by the Four Persons and Lisa Marie Nicole Music. But if you'd like to sponsor this show, also send me an email and I will tell you what we're looking for. So without further ado, let me bring on my guest. Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm glad you're having a good day. Would you please tell everyone, just tell everybody your name and where you're from?
Sure. Well, I'm Dave Murphy. I'm from Alberta, Canada. I have a beautiful view of the mountains from my patio, and just life is pretty good.
That's great. That's nice to hear. Oh, we're getting some feedback. Let me see if I can fix this here. Hold on a minute. Nope. I think it might be on your end, but we'll try to fix it. So thank you for coming on, and I'm hoping you have a wonderful weekend. I know there's a lot of things going on in everything today in this world, but thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And so I'm just going to ask you a couple questions, and, you could answer them. And, if you have anything else you would like to say, feel free. And so were you born and raised in Canada, or have you ever lived in the U.S.?
Oh, I was born and raised on the east coast of Canada in Newfoundland, and then spent some time in the middle of Canada, and now I'm on the western side of Canada. So I've been all over.
Oh, so you lived in all of Canada. You've never been to the United States? Have you been here?
I've been down. I used to come down for a lot of Buffalo Bills football games when I lived close to there. And I've visited a few other states, but we used to do the football road trips. So it was only a 2-hour drive. So.
Oh, yeah? That sounds like a lot of fun. You drove down here? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in Canada. You're right. Buffalo's right there, so that's not that far.
Yeah, they love Canada at the Buffalo Bills games. They even have Canada Day games where they make our kind of food and specials on, and they're our official NFL team of Canada, basically, I think.
Oh, they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, you're not that far from there. Have you ever been to anywhere else in the U.S. besides Buffalo?
Mostly for sporting events. I've been to Texas, and I think we're at a baseball game in Florida, so I've seen kind of a little bit of everything, but I've never gotten to the middle of America where I'd love to go, where they had all those festivals a few weeks ago, and just see everything, just to get a bit of taste of it.
It's a beautiful state, a beautiful country. I mean, Florida. I live in Florida, so I love it here. You've been here, you said? You've been to Florida?
It was a long time ago. Probably changed a whole lot since I've been there, but yeah.
It changes every day here. Are you kidding? So you wouldn't recognize it most likely if you came here. So I want to talk a little bit about what you do. I mean, like you said, you're an advocate for mental health and you work with veterans also. Can you explain a little bit about what you do?
Well, when I was 17 years old, I was involved in a pretty traumatic incident involving being knifed by 3 guys. I almost died.
Wow.
And that set me on a path to, I used to drink a lot and to escape. And at the time, my parents were ministers. I was raised by Salvation Army officers. And I just ran away. I ran away from church. I turned to the bottle. And it was 5-6 nights a week, by the pitcher. I'm not talking 1 or 2 beers. I'm talking blackout drunk just to escape. And I did that for almost 25 years. And then I moved to a little small town and became best friends with a Baptist pastor. And that's when everything changed, this current path that I'm on, which I'm so thankful for. The work with veterans, that comes from just trying to keep busy, to keep my mind clear, and working with veterans and first responders saved my life. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for two paramedics. So I like to give back, and it used to keep my mind kind of sane from going,
I understand. So you've never been in the military then, or never, that you just decided to do that to help them give back?
You know what? I have 3 of the stab wounds on my leg. It's basically severed the muscle. I never would have passed a test to get in there, or they'd see me as just instantly disqualified. So I'm like, well, if I can't serve, I'll serve those that do. And I started a little project for sending the guys over coffee and care packages that took off to over 100,000 members. And
Wow.
just little things like that, just to try and give back after my life was saved.
That's great. That's great. And I know they appreciate it. They love that stuff over there, because they don't get to talk to people or anything. And I know they like getting those care packages. That's
Well, an interesting thing, I had someone that we used to send like brownies and coffee, but somebody had sent a little 4x4 square patch of grass, like a sod, and it got to one of the guys over there, and he just used to take off his socks before he started his day and just step on that grass, and then everyone would come step on it because it was a little piece of home, right?
wow.
And so you think something so simple, but a little tiny piece of sod that someone sent over there meant more than if someone sent $1 million.
Yeah, I mean that's a piece of home, and that's great. I would have never thought of something like that, and they probably really appreciated something like that, right?
Well, then I said all the other guys were coming trying to take off their socks and like, hey, get off my lawn, right? Like, I sound like an angry 80-year-old man. You kids get off my lawn. This was his lawn.
Do you you have like an organization that you have that can do that now? Do you still do that?
I shut that down when my daughter was born in 2014. There was just too much going on, and I was just starting to get my life together. And right now we don't have any Canadian guys over there, but yeah, so I handed that over to a group of veterans that run another charity for PTSD, and just kind of took a step back from that and just went my own way with some other things. But I did that from almost 9 full years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, do you yourself suffer from PTSD?
I have 99% good days right now, but it used to be the opposite. I'll still have moments, but now I can control it. Like if I feel something coming on, I'll pick up my guitar and start playing it, or I'll just go and scroll through musicians on TikTok or listen to podcasts. Or listen, music is so powerful. And if I can feel them coming on, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't sleep, I'm scrolling on social media, just listening for band. That's where I've gotten a lot of my guests from too, just my late night scrolling. So it comes in handy.
Yeah, right. It does. How has God helped you get through PTSD and other things you're suffering from?
Well, you know what? I ran away from him, like I said, until 5 years ago, and now with becoming friends with my friend Joseph, who I had on my show, the Baptist pastor who's now moved on to a different church, but then meeting my lady, my girlfriend, she's my rock. She's a woman of faith. I met her at a church music event for the first time, and then we met actually through a review that she left on my first children's book to help parents with PTSD. And she doesn't have kids, but she picked up this book. We live in a little town of 3,800 people, and then we're like a kilometer away from each other. So we've been together almost 2 years. And just this morning, we were at a jamboree, like they do a big festival here where all the churches come together in this giant tent. And it's sometimes I'll just take a step back and be like, wow, I would usually be up right now suffering from the world's worst hangover. Instead, I'm here with all these people listening to this beautiful music, and it's really overwhelming. And then every time I'll stop and think about that, it keeps my mind in a good place.
Well, God is good all the time, and that's great that you think about that. Now you have that, that thought.
I guess the biggest thing was too, I used to be afraid because I was still faithful. Obviously, I saw some things that night. I was in that ambulance that I've never really talked about except for a couple people, and then I used to think, why was I spared that night? Why was I kept here? And I look at her my girlfriend. I look at my daughter. I look at the podcast. I look at talking to the fine people like you, having guests on my show, and I've really found my purpose. And then with this new song and these new books me and her are doing together, I've really found my purpose, and now I know why I didn't not make it that night.
And that's great. And you're using your life for, to do good for others and for God, spared your life. So that's a great thing that you're doing that. A lot of people some people wouldn't do that. Some people they wouldn't look at it that way. And it's really, it's good that you do that, that that, you say I was spared and I have to give back. And that's great that you're doing that, especially you're helping so many people, especially people with PTSD. I mean, I'm sure they really appreciate that.
I've had people come on with me, and you've probably seen this too. I had a guy on Talking Recovery, and he was so nervous. And he was a rap musician that wrote songs about his recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And when we started the episode, his hat was on, his hoodie was up, and his head was down. And then about 20 minutes in, the hoodie's off, and he's kind of starting to relax. And then by the end of it, he's just got this big, giant smile on his face. I'm like, wow, that's what really matters. Like, it didn't matter if that episode, I didn't even check how many it got. If that episode had 10 views or 10 million views, that right there to him, just opening up and talking, like having a face, it changed his life.
Yep.
And having people on for me is amazing therapy too. Like, it's helped me. So I've learned so much, better than talking to any therapist down the road. But
me too.
It's
talking to you right now. It's great. I mean, podcasts are great things. I mean, especially if you do them to help other people to, like you do things for the glory of God and help people come on and talk about things. And you don't know who you're reaching. I mean, people watching these shows all over the world, you don't know who you're reaching that really needs to hear that at that time. That somebody's talking about, or even you, what you're saying. Somebody might be watching this that is suffering from what you're going through. And, and you can help them, by talk about your book. What is your book about?
Well, the new one that we've written, so my girlfriend she has a recovery story. She's been sober. I apologize if I get this wrong, but I believe she just hit 16 years, 6,000 days.
That's great.
And I'm about to hit 4 years sober on my birthday in August. And our illustrator, who's also a rapper and a past guest, he's drawing this for absolutely nothing. So it's called When the Clouds Come Home. And it's all three of us coming together for families that may be going through addiction, and kids. A lot of time kids think everything it's their fault. I'm doing something. Sorry, I'm doing something wrong that makes mom or dad like this. So we really want to help families. When this goes live, it could be 3 months from now, it could be 6 months, but 100% of royalties are going to go back into donating copies to addiction centers and getting these out to families. So I wrote this song called When the Clouds Come Home. It's a bit based on my own story, just to go along with the books. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Everybody out here is competing for likes or competing for shares or subscribers. What if we all just collab? So I put the song out there with the lyrics, and I just got my 5th version today. So it's everybody's song. So if anyone out there is listening that hears this song in this episode and wants to do a version, you can change the words, change the, whatever you like, but as long as that title is the same, When the Clouds Come Home, it's I think it's one of a kind. And the little saying from my thing is, even the darkest clouds don't last forever. And it's, I think I love it. We love it.
Well, let's hear it right now. So this is When the Clouds Come Home by Dave Murphy. We'll be right back.
woke up screaming in the dead of the night. A monkey on my back here wants another bite. The clouds are rolling, coming back home, bringing the darkness where I used to roam. When the clouds come on, thunder wakes my soul. When the clouds come on, the lightning takes its toll. When the clouds come on, nothing left to hide. When the clouds come on, decide. Hey, you out there, feeling all the same. Don't hide in the dark, don't play the game. We're all in this war, same blood, same chain. Stand up together, break free from the rain. When the clouds come on, thunder wakes my soul. When the clouds come on, lightning takes its toll. When the clouds come on, nothing left to hide. When the clouds come on, decide. When the clouds come on, decide. Never give up, never give in. Recovery's calling, let the healing begin.
Wow, that's great. I could feel that. I could feel it, the emotion in it, and that's a great recovery song.
You know,
I'm
what's,
sure.
you know what's so surreal is hearing. I don't like listening to myself. I'm my biggest critic, but I didn't mind that. But it's cool hearing other people sing my words. Like I've gotten 2 versions from the UK, a guy from North Carolina, and another one in the States, which I forget. But it's people putting their own little twist on it, and I don't know. It's very surreal listening to.
Yeah, that's great, and I'm sure that that's reaching a lot of people that really need to hear it. That's great. Thank you for doing that, by the way. That
Well,
song.
thank you for playing it. It was interesting to just sit and listen to myself there. I've never really
Yeah.
done that.
I know it is surreal sometimes when they do that, when you sit and listen to your own music, somebody playing it.
You know what? You mentioned your theme is God and Rockin' with God, but about a year and a half ago, my girlfriend, they had this big church concert, the one that we met at. She's like, you should get up and play your guitar and sing. And I'm like, heck no, that's not happening. Like, for 25 years, I had to be wasted to get up in front of people and sing karaoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get up at this church concert and I take my guitar, I'm bone dry sober, and I play Hard Fought Hallelujah by Brandon Lake.
Yeah, I love that song.
It was the most nerve-wracking moment of my life. My leg was shaking. I felt like I was going to fall off the stool, but I did it, and I did it sober. And I put that video on TikTok, and it had 29,000 views and not one troll.
Wow.
Which kind of blew my mind. In this day and age, I get a lot of them, but I don't care about them. But that moment really changed my life, and I would never be able to come on here and do that with that song aside from that moment. And it's pretty surreal.
That's a blessing. It is. That's great. Where is it? I'd like to listen to it. Where is it? On TikTok?
Yeah, it's right on TikTok, but I have to find it and send it to you after. Because it's deep dove in all my other songs and things I've written, but I'll definitely send it to you after if you want to hear it. It's
okay, yeah.
It was nice. pretty surreal.
So what is your podcast about? And like, when did you start it?
I started a year and a half ago, and it started as my second guest was one of the paramedics that saved my life, and it took me 29 years to find her, and I almost gave up. But I put out a post on X, my last dish ever, and like, I need to find one of these paramedics that saved my life. And so I got to have her on. I've had a lot of recovery guests, a lot of mental health guests, a lot of musicians, Christian artists. I had a little person Ozzy impersonator. I had a singing Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a little bit of everything. So it's just called the 30 Minutes of Fame because someone used to say to me that I want to talk about, but they're like, you're only looking for your 15 minutes of fame. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to bring on people with me, and together we'll go for 30. And it's, you know, I had a magician on that drew a picture of me and the thing started talking to me. And I was under no influence at that day. And I'm like, you know, it's just a little bit of everything. It's people can come on my show and sing, talk, do whatever they like.
And I'm going to be coming on. I'm going to be coming on too.
Yes, you are. And I'm looking forward to that. And you can either play live or go from there.
Sounds great. Where can people find the lyrics to that song if they want to cover it?
So if they want to cover it, they can just search When the Clouds Come Home on YouTube. Or you can find me, Dave, MURYYC, anywhere, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They can go on Facebook and just send a message to the When the Clouds Come Home page. I'll send the lyrics. Yeah, and even if you want to change the lyrics, like I said, as long as that title stays the same, this is everybody's song. I'd love to I'd love to have you do a version for when you come on with me if you're down for that. No pressure, but anyone listening right now that wants to do a version, I'm pretty easy to find.
Sure, I'll check it out. I'll see what the lyrics are. Let me see something. So you have that song. You said you wrote other songs too. Do you have any other songs that you produced? I mean, you put out, or just that one?
I've got a bunch on my TikTok now. I'm almost 51, so my memory is, once I record them and play them, I'd have to get up the lyrics, like to play them live. But I've got my grandmother, who was one of my best friends in the whole world. She had Alzheimer's, and I used to take my guitar and sing to her because she couldn't talk for the last 2 years of her life, but when you sang to her, she would sing along every single word. And she was a minister with the Salvation Army, so I had to learn a bunch of church hymns, but I did it. And when I would go sing with her, she'd sing along. Sorry.
That's okay.
She'd
take your time.
Anyway, she'd sing along every single word. So I wrote a song. It's on TikTok. It's called 3 Minutes with Grandma. Because when I was singing for those 3 minutes, she was back.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's tough. I know it's tough.
So yeah, I've got a few songs in there. I wrote one about my girlfriend. I try and sing to her every day. It's her little voice clip. But there's about maybe 8 or 9 songs I've written on there. Just, it's not produced. It's just me raw with my guitar, no effects or anything. But it's it's real, and the words are real, and
that's all that matters. Yeah. Lyrics are the most important part of the songs. I mean, you can have any kind of music, but I think I always said, especially being a Christian artist, you want people to listen to the lyrics and to resonate with them. You want people to understand what they're listening to. You can play rap, country, rock, anything, but the lyrics are the most important part of the song. So
it is for sure.
I think that's great that what you're doing, and maybe there might be other people that might want to do that. There might be other people out there that might want to cover that song. So that'd be nice. Do you have like a page or something of all the people that are doing it? that are covering it?
Anybody that does a version, I put their video of it on YouTube. So right now
Oh, that's cool.
if you just search "When the Clouds Come Home" on YouTube, it's the only page that's there with a little house and the logo. So anyone that sends a version, I put on there and on TikTok, and with any links they want in there and as well, because I want to help people out too if they're taking part in this. And yeah, the little person, Ozzy Osbourne impersonator, he's working on a version. This guy looks and sounds exactly like Ozzy Osbourne, and he actually he's in recovery. He's now a man of faith, and after his own battle of addiction, so he's doing a song because it touched him. But he got to have dinner with Ozzy Osbourne and his son after he was on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And this guy is good, so I really can't wait to hear what he does with it. And just I don't care if someone has 10 followers or 10 million followers. They want to do a version, everyone gets the same. It's collaboration, not competition.
Yeah, that's great. It's really good. I hope somebody out there is watching this and would want to do it. Are you writing any more books right now?
Well, I have 2 published already. I did one about, it's all children's books, but I went from almost 400 pounds to doing a 5-kilometer race with my daughter. So there's a book on Amazon called The Great Race, My Daddy and Me, which is about my journey from 400 pounds to losing over 150 pounds and doing a race with her.
Wow.
And my second book was also for parents. It's called In the Heart of the Forest. It's about a little fox who has PTSD from an incident with coyotes. So it's kind of lets children and their parents have a conversation about PTSD. And it's funny because after my daughter read it when she was 10, because I always used to sit in the back row at church, right? I was just safety. I didn't know if someone was going to jump me again or stab me, but in my head, it could happen. So after my daughter read this book, she just staring at me, and she's like, "Dad, is that why we always sit in the back row at church?" And I'm like, "Wow!" Like, she got it, and I've heard from a lot of parents that have, read these books with their kids. So it's just those 2, and then those 2 that me and my girlfriend are putting out with our rapper friend there, the mom version and the dad version of When the Clouds Come Home, and it's those are going to be one of a kind, I think, and we really believe in it. And just all these versions of the song coming in, and people just wanting to take part in it. It's going to be special.
That's great. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I like. We'll get to that in a minute. I'll be right back. Let me play this commercial real quick, and we'll be right back. Hi, you're listening to the Rockin' for God podcast with Lisa Marie Nicole on the 4 Persons Network. Rockin' for God is sponsored by the 4 Persons and Lisa Marie Nicole Music. If you would like to be a guest on this show, please email me at rockinforgodpodcast.lisamnicole@gmail.com. Also, please follow my YouTube channel, YouTube at Lisa M. Nicole and Lisa Marie Nicole Music on Facebook. These shows all air live at 6 p.m. every Sunday, and you can watch the replays on streaming sites on Podbean, Lisa Marie Nicole, and at FIO-FM streaming also. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support. Have a blessed day. We're back. So tell everybody, do you have anything else you want to say about your testimony? Is there anything else you want to say to anybody out there that's watching?
I had a guest on my show, and his whole theme was Jesus loves an outlaw. And some of the things he went through, he was like an interrogator for bike gangs and just all this gang-related stuff in prison. But that's the thing. This guy, he doesn't care what your past is. It's about your future. And I've done some pretty horrible things in those 25 years, nights I wished I'd forgotten about, and just things I get reminded me of in my memories and my flashbacks that come up online. But just don't ever give up. You're not the only person out there. And don't be afraid to post about your faith. I used to be terrified because I was afraid what other people thought. I was afraid of trolls. I was running away. But after I found my way back, and now, man, I just don't care anymore. Not that I don't care, but I'm just so free. And it's
Mm-hmm.
one person out there watching that could be lost. They could be me on a balcony in downtown Calgary in 2010 on the 14th floor looking down at traffic saying, would anyone even give a crap if I leaped off here? Well, people do give a crap. If anyone out there is watching that they just want to talk, my messages are open. I'll try and respond back to anybody. But just don't give up on yourself, because he never has and he never will. And that's becoming so real and apparent to me now.
Amen. And that's great. And I really, and that's a great message for anybody out there that really needs to hear that. I mean, you know, God bless you for what you've been through and where you've, you know, how far you've come, and just keep going. Just keep moving forward. And I'll be praying for you for along the way, for everything, for strength and to get through everything. I know it's not easy. So where can everybody find you and your podcast and your follow you on social media? I know you got a couple different things going on here. So, you know, you got that other page with the song. So just tell everybody where they can find everything.
The easiest thing to do on Facebook, TikTok, wherever you go, X, I'm everywhere. Just search 30 Minutes of Fame. We're the only one there. There's one called the 16 Minutes of Fame, but they won't talk about that one. Just 30 Minutes of Fame. The books are on there. The song is on there. I kind of feed them off each other. Yeah, that's pretty much where you can start, and I'm a pretty easy fellow to find.
And what about your podcast? Did you say that?
Yeah, that's the 30 Minutes of Fame podcast page, because that's where everything feeds off. That's like Hub Central.
Yeah.
So the books are all on there. If they start there, 30 Minutes of Fame, or just search When the Clouds Come Home on Facebook or YouTube, it'll take you to both.
That's great. I really enjoyed this. I'm really glad that you came on. And thank you so much for everything, for everything you do, especially for people in recovery, for people with PTSD. I mean, there's so many things that you do to help everybody. So just keep doing it, and God will be with you through all of it. I know He will.
Well, I really appreciate that. I appreciate you having me on. I'm looking forward to having you on my show. We can
That'll be
have
fun.
you over. Yeah. We'll go from there. My schedule is wide open right now, so whenever you're ready, just let me know and we can make that happen.
I'll definitely let you know. I'm booked up until January on this show, so
There you go.
I'll make time in between somewhere, so we'll definitely get together. But I want to thank you once again for coming on, and I enjoyed this, and I really hope that everybody out there was watching follows you, and maybe somebody out there that's an artist might want to cover that song too. That would be interesting.
Yeah, and we're also accepting poems too. So if you're a poet, if you got a poem and you want, I can narrate it, whatever, or you can narrate it. But poems, songs, as long as that title is in there, we'll take it, because this is a class. This is gonna be awesome.
I have a whole poetry book.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Sounds good. But anyway, God bless you. Have a good rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you. All right, everyone watching out there, have a great day as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on again.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone that's out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. So I told everybody I was going to do a live song. Let me show you the dogs that are available from O'Hare real quick before I do this, before I end the show. They have a new dog. If people haven't seen the show for a couple weeks, this is Dottie. Isn't she adorable? Look at that girl. She's 12 years old. She's with the foster right now, but Open Hands Animal Rescue had saved her. She has some health issues that they're dealing with, but she's in pretty good health right now. And look at that beautiful girl. And she is I don't know who she's with right now, the foster, but O'Hare knows all the information. We still have Bella available. Bella is she's a 1-year-old Rottweiler, and she's still looking for a home. She's with the foster also, Ocala, Florida. Smiley is a 5-year-old Rottweiler. He's 5 years old, and he's also, I think he's around the Ocala area. But openhandsanimalrescue.org, you could go on their website. You could donate to them. If you'd like to adopt one of these dogs, feel free to call them. They're a great organization that I am great to help. I'm so blessed to help them. And if you'd like to donate to them at any time, they would really appreciate the help. They do so much in the whole Ocala, Florida, and around the other region, in the whole region, to help animals and equine also. So if you'd like to donate to them, please go on their website, or you could follow them, O'Hare, on Facebook, Open Hands Animal Rescue. So thank you so much again. I'm going to leave you with my song, House of the Lord. Like I said before, I am booked up until January 27. I just filled the rest of the year up. And I have October 18th open. If anybody wants that, contact me. Send me a message on Messenger or email, and I can fill that spot. People are switching days if they need to, so I'm getting some open days when people switch them. So next week, I have the 4 persons. William Hensworth, was my publisher. He is my publisher. He's an author, and he's a Catholic evangelist, and he actually has his own show also on the 4 persons. So that's going to be a great show. That's going to be a lot of fun. He's on next week, and the whole month of August, I'm filled up. I got all kinds of people coming on. I have pastors. I got people with their own radio stations and music awards. I got authors. I have a whole band coming on the 9th, and I have a singer-songwriter coming on the first week of August. So Rockin' for God's Rockin'. We got a lot of people. So if you want to be a sponsor on this show, please, I have a couple of people interested. Please contact me, and I will mention your name, and you can help me with the show every week. So this is my song, House of the Lord. Hold on. Before I start this, let me change the settings so you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, now we're back. Welcome to the house of the Lord. Welcome everyone who enters. Welcome to the house of the Lord. The word and the gospel awaiting, where you make new friends, together till the end. We're all here to worship the Lord. His body and blood are waiting for you. If your soul is cleansed and your love for him is true, we all know what we need to do before we enter in the house of the Lord. Welcome to the house of the Lord. Welcome everyone who enters. Welcome to the house of the Lord. The word and the gospel awaiting. The heavens are open, the church is filled with grace, where saints and sinners all sing in praise. The Holy Spirit is alive in this place. Just look at the glow upon everyone's face when we're waiting to worship the Lord. Welcome to the house of the Lord. Welcome everyone who enters. the feast. The table has been set, where the blood of the Lord has paid all your debt. Your sins are forgiven, your soul has been freed. Come to the altar and bend a knee. Welcome to the house of the Lord. Welcome everyone who enters. Welcome to the house of the Lord. The word and the gospel are waiting. Welcome to the house of the Lord. We must believe what we receive when you enter in the house of the Lord. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining me. Also, everybody out there that's watching, listening to the audio of this, thank you once again. I really hope you enjoyed this show. And we will see you next week, 6 p.m. right here, Rockin' for God. Have a good week, everyone. God bless.